This is a new video for you guys, and continuing on from the last video is where do I hire the best chatters for Onlyfans Management. So firstly, there are three main sources of chatters for me: OFM Jobs, Reddit, and Facebook. And I'll go through all of them and basically kind of break them down for you quickly. Firstly, in OFM Jobs, they know what they're looking for. Like it says in the name, OFM Jobs. So you know that these chatters know what game they're coming in. Most of the time, they're going to have a kind of history before, a CV of where they worked for, and even if they don't, they at least have some knowledge of going into the game because someone's told them to go on there. You most of the time, because of that, will get a quality chatter, and due to that fact, it's actually a nice feeling knowing that you know that someone's worked before, you know they have some sort of understanding of the game, and at the end of the day, potentially you would have to do less training, but I will never recommend that. And because of that, the OFM jobs also have like a picture and like number scheme. So most of the time, you will know who you're hiring most of the time. However, you can get scammers. I remember one time I put someone into trial, and I was interviewing them, and they ended up showing their face, and they were a Kenyan, from a 25-year-old Kenyan, when I thought I was speaking to a 30-year-old Filipino woman. So you can get scammers that way because most of the time people don't hire Africans, and I will explain that in the future why. Also, Reddit, there's a specific subreddit dedicated to chatting, so you have people that have also know about the game, know why they're going into, but you get a bit more randomized as people that are on Reddit kind of search for jobs and probably see it and then go down a rabbit hole. So sometimes you got people that just have randomly apply and won't have any knowledge in the game, but majority of the time you will. However, Reddit, as you know, you can get potentially banned quite quickly if your Reddit account isn't set up right. I know how to do it, so if anyone needs help or wants the knowledge of doing that, let me know. But also, it's hard to know who you're getting because obviously you can't see them. It's just text, and sometimes you get like random OnlyFans management chatting agencies that want to chat for you. And for me, never do that. Build your own. Don't use these chatting agencies. In fact, try and get them flushed down the drain because these people are just hustlers and bullshitters and use ghost chatters to their advantage. Lastly, we have Facebook. Facebook is, once again, you have groups dedicated to chatting. Also, you know who you're hiring because obviously you can see people's faces and family. And also, you know they are who you're hiring even more in DL because you can actually there's like Filipino dedicated chatting groups and stuff like that. So at least you're getting who you want, and you can search for South Americans. And one thing I'll say is a bit more niche. So most of the time you do get Filipinos and not necessarily any other countries if you want that. But however, there's a bit more randomized in quality. The other sources, it's Upwork, word of mouth, and Telegram. So firstly, I'll go through Upwork. Upwork is like a social media management kind of like Indeed for British people, basically like a job finder. So you could put a job out there and you might get random people that don't even know what you're doing apply for it, and then when you tell them like, oh no, this is not the job for me, and etc. etc. So it's just kind of a waste of time. However, I actually found my director on there, as they started as a chatter and ended up becoming my director. So you still can find decent quality people. It's just going to be way harder. I will say though, Upwork, you cannot say that you're on OnlyFans because they will just ban you straight away and that's your account completely done. So it is a bit more techie, a bit more hard to do it. You have to word it in the correct way and probably people will clock on. However, it's a hit and miss with me. Word of mouth. Also, if you have chatters, ask them if they have chat friends. Most of the time, if they're a chatter, they're going to have friends in chatting or know people. And if you've been in the game for a while now, you definitely know that. So other than that, all is good. And in Telegram, you have Telegram dedicated servers or channels, groups, whatever you want to call it, where you do get actual people that want to kind of apply. However, you've got to remember it's still once again very randomized. And to be honest, it's not a thing where I would really trust. I never really trust stuff on Telegram, but you can find good information in the chat game. So anyway, if you have any other questions, let me know. I hope this helps you, and I wish you well, and hope you do well in your OnlyFans journey.